is a special presentation of ABC Sports.
Decades ago, the auto racing world sought to separate man from machine. The answer was IROC, equal and matched cars, meticulously prepared to race, but with the mechanical advantage eliminated. Only the driver remains. IROC is a celebration of champions in its 20th season. 12 of the finest from 5 different disciplines race on 4 different tracks. It's the International Race of Champions. Talladega Superspeedway, it's race 2 of IROC 20. And when we last left you at Daytona, there was a great deal of controversy over a caution rule. Let's go down the pit side and jack a route.
Well, Jay Signori, things have changed concerning the rules about making a stop for tires under caution. How have you changed them?
Well, Jack, we went back to our standard rule. As you know, in Daytona, it was our first race. For the Firebirds, we weren't sure what the cars were going to do, and we relaxed the rule. In the spirit of sportsmanship, like the IROC Series has been running in the past, all the drivers agreed that we'll go forward and maintain the old rule.
So now the old rule reads as follows. If you come in during a caution period and it is not a safety issue, if you take on new tires, you go a lap down.
10-4, that's what we discussed with the drivers, and they agree with it.
Now, the last time we saw Terry Labonte, it was at the end of the race at Daytona, and he said he wasn't coming back to run in IROC competition. But the rules change has changed his mind. And although he refused to speak with us on camera, one thing that Terry did do this morning in the drivers' meeting, he brought a tape recorder to make sure he heard exactly what was being said.
Well, Jack, that's a little scary. It's always been my experience of where there's a tape recorder, a lawyer can't be far behind. Let's hope not. Let's talk about the race today. And here at Talladega Superspeedway, it produces some fantastic racing and some spectacular finishes. Consider the IROC 1 year ago. As they were coming to the line, there were fully 9 different cars that had a chance to take the win. And as a matter of fact, it took electronic scoring just to figure out who was in second place.
Well, Paul, not only the finish is good, how about the starts? Today I want you to watch. Dale Earnhardt, for example, starts in the last row. In the back straightaway, I'll bet he's already gained 6 or 8 positions by then.
Well, how can he do that?
Well, this is a good track. It's really high banked here at Talladega. It's wide open all the way around. You can pass any place, and drafting is of extreme importance, does all the work. Now, that's going to make it a super good race. Just watch.
Well, we can guarantee some passing today because they start in the inverse order of the finish at Daytona, and that means that Earnhardt will start all the way in the back. Now let's take a look at the grid on the front row. In the rows, number 12 is stock car driver Rusty Wallace, the '89 Winston Cup champion and IROC champion in '91. In the purple, number 11 is Steve Kinzer, the 13-time World of Outlaws champion, representing sprint cars. In the second row, the powder blue number 10 is Scott Pruitt. He represents IndyCar. He won last year's Michigan 500. The orange number 9 is Johnny Benson Jr., the first to represent the Busch Grand National Series, where he was champion last year. The bright blue number 8 is Mark Martin from Stock Cars. He's a 4-time ASA champion and the IROC champion in '94. The gold number 4 is Terry Labonte, the '84 Winston Cup champion and the champion of IROC in '89. Black number 7 is Stock Cars' Jeff Gordon, the reigning Winston Cup champion. The white number 6 is Al Unser Jr., a 2-time IndyCar champion and 2-time IROC champion representing IndyCar. The lime number 5, Sterling Marlin, a 2-time winner of the Daytona 500 in his first IROC representing NASCAR. Yellow number 3 is Tom Kendall representing road racing, the reigning Trans Am champion. And the red number 2, Robbie Gordon from IndyCar with 2 wins last year. This is his first IROC. And the Evans Orange number 1 representing NASCAR is Dale Earnhardt, a 7-time Winston Cup champion. Now we're set to go 101 miles, 38 laps. Great crowd here today, and the Firebirds are looking super as they stream now toward the line. The pole sitter, Rusty Wallace. He's in that rose-colored car. The purple car is Steve Kinzer on the front row. Looking for the green flag. Green flag comes out. Here we go.
You can see Rusty Wallace got just a little bit of a jump on Kinzer. Now the drafting's going to make the difference. Let's see how they gain or lose right here, Paul.
Well, already they make a move as Benson comes up high. Remember, at Daytona, where they went around in perfect formation for a whole lap. In fact, I heard later in race control, they asked, did you give him the green? And he said, yeah, I gave him the green. We'll give it to him again. Wallace out in front, Kinzer in second. Benson closes in behind him.
Now this is where you can see the drafting. Kinzer got a little bit of a run by Wallace. Look at Kenny Wallace just dropped way back. Rusty Wallace, rather, dropped way back. Kinzer, on the other hand, has got a lot of help behind him.
Labonte in the gold car sits up high back in the pack as they try to sort themselves out to a screen. And now they do it. Kinzer.
For a breath.
Boy, look at this down low. You're on top of Earnhardt. Bobby, you said he'd move up. Now he's up alongside your nephew. That's Jeff Gordon just ahead of him.
Now remember, these NASCAR guys, there's Scott Pruitt on the outside. Boy, his car cam shots are nice. Jeff Gordon right in front. On board with Earnhardt. He's already way up in the pack. He knows how to start these races. Been doing it all of his life.
Johnny Benson drops down to the inside. And with a little help, he moves into the lead.
Now, normally speaking, we're going to have more passing here than any IROC race that we ever see. Talladega just brings about a lot of it. Sometimes they'll change 2 and 3 times a lap. The leaders, that is.
So Wallace strapped well back. Martin comes up into second place. Jeff Gordon into third place. And Wallace, who led early, now tries to look for some room. On board, Terry Labonte. That's Jeff Gordon, the black car, number 7, just ahead.
Let's also keep in mind that none of these drivers have run here at Talladega with these cars. These are race cars, and so they're not used to what the air is going to do. Aerodynamics, the drafting, is so important here. Look at the car skipping around the black car of Jeff Gordon. Look at all the dust coming out from underneath it. Look how it gets the windshield and the camera shot there.
Mark Martin down to the inside under Labonte. As Labonte moves out and around him, looks like a little bottoming there. And Sparks coming off the back end.
That's exactly what's happening.
Also, Gordon, as he moves to the front, he really looks like he's running loose, though.
Well, he is. Paul, if he goes this time of the race, because normally speaking, they'll have problems with the front end, or the front tire will get more abuse later on in the race. So if he's a little loose now, probably be good for him. But that's the reason he's running up high.
That's Benson down low as he comes back into the lead. And now they're almost back in formation again. All 12. Very, very close together.
It's been a couple of laps trying to feel each other out, see what the personality is going to be. Like with the IndyCar drivers, they're wanting to see how many of the NASCAR guys team up together. Kinzer, like Steve Kinzer, hey, he doesn't exactly know what either side is going to do.
Well, at the front of the field, the first 5 positions are occupied by stock car drivers. We'll be back with more from Talladega.